I got a beer over here.
Do you? What do you got?
Warm. I'm thinking about drinking it.
Let me just start on Facebook.
I got wine and whiskey and water and Red Bull.
Damn.
Water in your bowl.
Moscato.
There you go.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. We just went out.
Okay.
You didn't miss anything. Were you having trouble with the internet there?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I actually was in another room. I'm out on a cabana right now on one of our rooms, but it's terrible. So it's okay. I'm here now.
Okay, you're good. I'm just starting Facebook up, so give me just a second.
Yeah, your volume's fine.
I do have crappy earphones today, though.
You got what? Crappy earphones?
Right. I have crap earphones. I have crap earphones today. I left my earphones at home, so I had to go to a gas station and buy headphones.
I got some $5 ones.
For us?
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's Sunday. Bad day. October
Good morning.
4th. Good morning. We want to welcome Ithai, Gangsta Melody. He just released his album a couple of weeks ago, so we want to welcome you, brother. Much love. I listened to the album. Amazing. We keep talking about you every podcast, so we're hoping that Dr. Dre finalizes the divorce and
Thank you guys for having me for real, man.
No problem. So I know we talked off air a little bit. Tell our listeners, been in the game for, I think 2 decades now, doing music and stuff like that. Is this your first full-length album?
Yes, it's my first album. When I was signed to a record label back in 2007, I was halfway there, but since we broke the contract, how everything goes, so all those songs got lost.
Wow.
So from there, like I told you before, I got depressed and all that because I really wanted it so bad. So I took a big pause on the music, but then now I think I'm back to myself now. So now I'm trying to put some projects out there as much as possible.
Okay, so from Puerto Rico originally, moved to Detroit, Michigan as a teenager.
Yes.
Graduated from Chatsey, a product of Southwest Detroit. So what made you look at, has it always been this type of music, or were you looking at other, were you looking at kind of hip hop rap? Were you looking at the old Southwest Detroit freestyle music? I mean, what made you go this way?
To be honest, you guys ain't gonna believe me, but I started rapping in English, and I had 3 boys. I had 3 boys that they got signed first. And the lady, she was like, "If you could rap in Spanish, I sign you." So I started practicing Spanish. That now I can't even rap in English anymore. It's Spanish now.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how it started, though. Yeah.
Okay, so you started rapping in Spanish. So were you, I don't know, when some of the Spanish Latin rap never got really popular, probably into maybe the late 2000s or whatever. Did you? I know we talked and you said, hey, there was some guy that I kind of mimicked myself after. is that the first guy, or was there somebody like in the rap world to be like, you know, when you were rapping in English, was that the guy you were like, oh man, that's how I want to sound?
And to be honest, no. It's just crazy, you know. I was just like my sound more when I was rapping in English. It was like more like New York type of style, you know.
Okay.
Because I like that type of style, you know. New York, you know. But when
so more so when you say New York, so you mean like kind of hip hop-ish, not okay. So more New York style, Detroit. I mean, street style. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So you start rapping in Spanish. How does that go for a while? Are you like, man, I really like this, you know, and then the Spanish beats come in, or are you still rapping over the kind of the New York hip hop beats? Because I mean, you can tell the difference between you know like hip hop New York beat than what you got. But what made you go that way?
To be honest, it's pretty hard for me, man. Like to try to transition from English to Spanish, you know, it's pretty hard. But I always liked like reggaeton beat, man. The reggaeton is what did it for me, you know.
Right.
It took me years. I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me years to get where I'm at now. You know, I had to do a lot of practice, a lot of research and stuff like that because I wasn't good at all. I'm gonna be honest.
You weren't good at no. Well, I mean, I mean, just like sports, it takes you a while. You know, practice takes. You know, that what makes you better. So now that you're comfortable in your skin, because I think, like I said, you know, there's a few artists out there that you're like, oh yeah, okay, you know, that sounds hot. Now that you're comfortable in your skin, would you ever go back to like, you know, before or no? Because you know you got this all under your belt now. You're like, damn, I can, you know, because I got to be honest with you, you do say some things in English that I'm like, you know, it wouldn't be bad. I would like to hear both, but I would just wonder.
It's hard. It's hard because now it's like when I try to rap in English, now it's the accent that kicks. You know? And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I can't pronounce some words right, so it just I get stuck. And I'm like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to do it anymore.
It's kind of hard to backtrack too, you know. Once you
when you are you writing your own lyrics, doing your own beats, everything from point one to to the end of the whole thing. Are you doing it all?
Well, no, I write my lyrics, and what I do is I grab an instrumental from YouTube, and I make my song there. And then I send it to my producer. His name is Omni. He's on Facebook. He also on Instagram. I send it to him. So from there, he listens to the whole song and be like, okay, I got an idea. So he deletes the background, and from scratch, with my voice just playing my vocals, he makes the beat behind my voice. That's how
is that yeah, I was gonna say, so is that what happens? So you walked me through, that's how you guys come up with a song.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. I mean, you always hear different ways that from an R&B singer to a country singer, the way they jive and how they come to, the final product. That's always kind of a mystery because, you're like, okay, do I write that, or do I make the beat first and then I try to add to it? And I think that's the majority of rappers. Usually how they do it is that they hear the beat and then they start writing down their thoughts. So that's some good insight. So you released your album, and if you want to per se your album, a couple weeks ago, it is available on all platforms, iTunes. Is it on Google Play or Google Music? Okay.
Yeah, Google Music,
Spotify, all those. Okay. So definitely look for his album. I translated it in English because that's, I wanted to see what it was. Romance in the Streets. What made you come up with that?
I want to be honest because my friend, his name is Pipe Martoral. I grew up in the streets a lot. I used to love the streets so much.
Right.
He always told me, "Oh, you a lover boy." So that's what he put me. That's what he gave me the name Gangsta Melody. And then he was like, "How a guy like you that like the streets so much, but you like talking about love so much?"
Right.
I came up with the romance to the street, because I love both. So I just put it together. And it worked.
Yeah, and when I seen your, my cousin sent me the album, and I seen the title and the name and all that. I was like, you're like a like a LL type, similar to like how LL came out, you know what I mean? But he could do it both, battle rap, all, he can do it all. He's versatile as hell. So I just thought about that, and I was like, that's sweet. I seen what you were, I just from the title and everything, I could tell where you were going with it and everything. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's more relatable too to women and men. You know what I mean? So that's always good.
So and he brought it up. So he talked about it. So I can hear, and I don't know how the other people feel, but I can hear your passion through your music. Tell me a little bit about that, because like I said, I can definitely hear you. A lot of love in the music. So you can hear other rappers and other things, and you're like, okay, it's okay. Maybe it's getting a little airplay because of, they paid somebody. But I can definitely hear the passion, and I know you tell me you have 4 children. You're not worried about the money. You want them to have everything you didn't have, which is amazing. So hats off to you, man. So tell me a little bit about Ithai.
Well, Ithai, like I was telling him about the music. The music is really something that's special to me. As a little kid, I grew up messed up, and music is a thing that it's like my diary, While people write in a diary, music is this is my therapy. So when I'm feeling down, the studio and everything is like it put me in a different vibe, and that's where I express everything from the heart, OG always told me that. He was like, Ithai, while you do music, please express it from your heart, express what you feel, And that's why I'm so in love with this music, and I put my all to it. Like I told you before, I don't care about getting rich. I just want to have my kids to be, something I never had. I never had nothing growing up, so I want to make sure when they get older, they don't have to struggle and go through the things that I did in life, So that's why I go so hard, because I think I have a chance at this, And so far, people seeing it, and it gets me more happy. That's why I go even harder, because I want it so bad, It is a lot of people just do it for the fame. I don't care about the fame, because once you get the fame, most artists change. I don't want the fame. I just want to be comfortable. That's all,
Lose that hunger.
That's all. That's all. That hunger, like you said, man. That hunger. And Ithai, man, just like I said, this little kid, man, from Puerto Rico, just trying to make it, man, and give my mom, and before she passed away, she's still here. I'm not saying she's passed away yet, but she's still here. But before anything that happened, I want to give her something nice, And that's why I go hard for, man. I go hard for my family, That's why you see it in my music, the passion, because I really want it.
Okay, well, makes sense, and I appreciate that you actually, telling everybody that that's exactly what makes you, write your music and you do the perform, and I think a lot of artists kind of some of these younger kids that maybe they want it. There's no MTV anymore, but they want to get that fame. You know what I mean? They want to they want to drive lavish cars and have big houses and stuff like that. And you forget, and it comes down to sports too. Sometimes, and the greatest quote that I ever heard was from Sparky Anderson. They pay us to play a game that I love. So, you know what I mean? So that's the thing, is like you're saying, hey, I'm doing this because I love it. I'm not worried about the rest. So, but Alex, I don't know if you remember that from Sparky Anderson. He says, yeah,
of course.
We play.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
to play this game that we did as kids. You know what I mean? So,
right.
So that I just think that's
like you were touching on, like a lot of rappers today, young, they got such a young mentality, man, and everything's changed, and everybody has their own. Everybody has like their. I was watching a interview with Fat Joe and Big Sean. He was talking about how he he was always looking out for everybody else, putting people on this and that, and he really didn't focus on himself. And he kind of forgot about himself, put himself first for once. And so he kind of did what like what you said mentioned earlier. He took a step back, You know what I mean? And that's why he named the album, his album, you know, Detroit 2 and all that, because just because everything that he was going through, all that, you know, he's talking about how he had to go to therapy. He went to therapy. He was, meditating, just doing all these things to find out who he was and stuff like that. So, and everybody has a different path, you know, everybody's path, journey to making it, you know, like you said, the money's going to be there, whether, you know, you make it. So wherever you make it, you want to be famous, you know, it'll be there if you put the work in. So I thought that was a crazy interview. So like you said, you touched on a lot of things similar, you know, to that. And like, you know, once again, everybody has their own, finds their way, you know, reaches to the top, whatever they may be, differently. So, but yeah.
I do. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I did. I admired them a lot.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me, I've kind of trying to dissect your logo. Who came up with your logo? It's pretty cool. I like it.
I did.
Did you?
I came up with my logo. And I seen this guy, and this guy made it for me. But I was giving him the idea how I wanted it.
Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah, that is sweet.
I was just wondering, I always wonder how certain people come up with certain things. I think I watched the Wu-Tang, how they came up with their Wu-Tang logo or whatever, you know, so I'm just wondering. So, you graduated from Chatsey. What year did you graduate?
2005.
2005. Okay. 2005. Are you you're rapping? Are you rapping in English at that time still, or you finally converted?
No, I was still rapping in English.
Okay. So are you rapping in the halls? Are you know what I mean? Like, are you with your boys be like, oh, check this out, man, check this out?
No, I was scared. Too. I never showed them.
I was scared.
More like at home, freestyling in a little room and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so your first performance, are you rapping in Spanish or English?
Spanish.
Spanish. Okay. How nervous were you? Were you described like that whole Eminem throwing up on his shirt and all that stuff?
Mom spaghetti.
I'm not gonna lie, I was real nervous because my first performance I did, I was opening up for Monchi Alexandra.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, they are back in the day a big bachata group, Monchi
Okay.
Alexandra.
Okay.
And they came here to somewhere in Detroit, and the whole bar was sold out. So when I look out there, I was like, oh my God, I can do this, you know?
It's crazy.
But I ain't gonna lie, man. My boy, he's playing people in my total. He just sat down to me because he knew he's been doing this since he was little. He's like 40 years old now. He's my mentor. He's the one that showed me all these ropes and stuff. And he just told me, calm down, use that energy and use that nervous. And when you go out there, just let yourself go. And that's what I did. And after that, it's like, it's game time now, you know. Now I don't get nervous. Yeah.
So is there a ritual, and I don't know, is there a ritual that you do before the performance? Do you like, I gotta have this special towel in my pocket? I gotta throw up before I perform. You know what I mean? Is there something that you do that get you, in that game, showtime? Do I have to do something?
Have a drink.
I don't even, people be like, I'm surprised. Like now it's like, I just go there and I'll be ready. As soon as I walk into the door, my mind's right there. You know, I just be ready to go at it. And after that's when I party, you know.
Okay. So once you do your thing, then you're like, oh, let me get a drink out or whatever. Okay. Makes sense. I was just wondering because I hear, different things, different outlets, from a comedian to an actor, they might, I got to go throw up first before I can, you know what I mean? Do anything, or I got to go take a shit, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? I just didn't know if it was a ritual.
I don't drink anymore because I'm gonna be honest. There's one time that I overdid it, and I forgot my.
Oh, right.
And that was my last straw. Like, nope, I'm not. Yep.
Okay. My ritual was, I played hockey for years, And I know when we had an important game, I would wear the same pair of socks, so they just stank. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? That was like a good luck charm. You know what I'm saying? So just wear your same old socks. I mean, it wasn't the same drawers, but you know, same socks. So I would just wonder if there was something that you did. So, so Tori, from a women's standpoint, because I got to be honest with you, I know you're married. You know, from a woman's standpoint, I think you know chonies are coming off. They love this gangster melody. I mean, what's your thoughts? I mean, I love the music.
It's a choni dropper.
Hot in the pants, and they say, "What's up, man? God, this is great." Go ahead, Tori.
It's a choni dropper. No, I enjoyed it. When you sent me the link, I'm like, oh, this is really good. I really can appreciate it. My son is an artist, so I had him listening to it too. He's like, wow, he's really good. So we passed it along to a few people, and I love your passion. Like Enrique said, you can hear it in your music. You can hear your love. You can hear your hunger. You can hear your passion for it, and it's you know, you respect that because it really hits hard. It hits deep, and it's beautiful. So I love it. Keep going. Stay hungry. For sure.
So you're married. How long have you been married?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
I know how long they've been married.
No, well, I've been with my wife for about to be 14 years.
14 years. Okay, congratulations.
Congratulations.
So,
yeah, congratulations.
We talk about relationships on here all the time. So as an artist, how is that dealing with a significant other?
I'm gonna be honest. At first, oh my God, it used to be but now it's like, I ain't gonna lie, man. My wife, man, she's older now. She's wiser now. Okay? So now she's different now. Like she don't care about that no more. You know?
Okay.
She know this is the type of job that I'm trying to do. You know, so
Okay.
You know,
So she can appreciate that. Because I mean, I know there's a lot of girls, or a lot of women, if you're blowing up, you know what I mean? They're like, oh no, you know what I mean? And then that's what I'm saying. We talk about all kinds of shit on here. So it gets kind of crazy, you know, especially if you're in the limelight and girls know, but you have kids with her, so she should definitely be more secure that, he's not going anywhere. But you still have that, right, Tori, in the back of your mind? Oh my God, that girl, look at him. What does she want?
Absolutely.
She knows, like I said, she knows that is the type of job that I'm trying to do, and she respects
right.
She respects it, and that's what I love about her, that she's real understanding, so it ain't like that with us. Before it was, but not
not anymore. Oh, so when you guys were younger, you kind of went through that a little bit? Okay. Yeah. That makes sense, She's like, oh, he's too popular. You turn. We were talking about yesterday, and I know that you wouldn't probably never do this, but Facebook, couples together, joint Facebook.
Joint account.
Joint account. I couldn't think of it. Joint account. So was she the joint account 10 years ago?
No, still was. No.
Exactly. It's that funny.
No, that's mine, and that's it. I don't want somebody next to you. That's it. Okay, I respect that.
Yeah. No, I mean, 'cause, I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they said, my wife wants me to have a joint account. And I said, why? She said, well, she don't trust me. I said, well, you fucking everything. That's why. That's why. You know what I mean? So if you fucking everything, she want a joint account. She want to know who's DM you and who you DM. You know what I mean?
That's the problem. That is the problem.
That is the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't tell you guys the other day. So he's an open marriage, which is really weird. And I want to talk about that later, maybe on a different subject. But it's really weird when he tells me I'm in an open marriage. My wife has a boyfriend and I have a girlfriend. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, how does that work? You know what I mean? And he says, well, my wife has a boyfriend because she wants to do some things that I'm just not into. And I said, okay, but I just still like I'm just as a woman, how do you feel about an open relationship, open marriage, Tori?
So as a woman, I think that that's just code for we're gonna fuck whoever we want. We're fucking other people. So I mean, I don't know why they call it open, because that's exactly what it is. It's you were gonna fuck who we want. Now, personally, for me, if I could have several husbands, I would. I'm kind of in the polygamous kind of thing. Like, I feel that would be amazing to have a few husbands to do couple different things. The problem is you can't really get them to get along, and it's really hard to do that. But I would be with just them. Like, I wouldn't call it an open marriage because they don't know about each other. The open marriage just sounds like a bunch of fucking. So
Right.
I don't know.
You'd have one for like every day of the week, or
and
what?
it sounds right. So maybe like 2 or 3. That's how I feel. But I could have 2 or 3 husbands. I wouldn't want like a boyfriend, this boyfriend and my husband, and that's kind of weird. And I know it sounds weird me saying I could have a couple of husbands, but I think that I would have like brother husbands. I don't know about sister wives, but brother husbands would be cool.
So, I mean, it's not open. It's not called open anymore, right? It's called entanglement. You weren't on the show when me and Alex talked about it, but it's called entanglement now, right?
Yep, that's the term, entanglement. And the open marriage is like, that's an entanglement, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Entanglement, right. So it's always weird. So that, like, as an artist and you're dealing with all this, girls definitely are going to come at you, right? They're going to say, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? So I would think, that they would say, hey, how you doing, Ithai? Are you happy? You know what I mean? So,
are you happy?
To be honest, I don't think so, man. A lot that hasn't happened to me yet, to be honest, though, because when I go out there, I got my wedding ring on, and most of the time my wife is with me,
Right.
She's always with me, so it's like I never give them not even that chance to even.
Okay. That makes sense. And a lot of women, and I know a lot of women, a lot of men, they can always tell if that couple is comfortable with themselves. You know what I mean? Like, you could go to, you could perform and you can go get a drink, and a girl can come up to you and buy you a drink, and your wife or whatever would be like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, she was just giving him some gratitude or whatever, and it, it's good. As long as it's pretty, there's no flirtations, coming back. You just say, hey,
right.
What? I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Thanks for coming out to the show. So
it's not done in a disrespectful way or something, right?
Mutual respect that you have in a relationship. So, makes sense. So, I know we're gonna. I don't know. Were you still gonna think about performing live? I know that you couldn't do it. I mean, can you do anything, or did you want to? So it's all on you, man. You tell me.
I mean, you are, man. I'm kind of nervous. Like I said, I never had done this before, so
right.
Kind of nervous, but like I said,
there's only 3 here at the concert, so you can do whatever you want.
Well, hey, Drake, if I can just ask him, I wanted to ask, before I forget, I wanted to ask you, like, if you had any, what were who was your influences? If you can name like about like 2 or 3 artists, growing up or now, just regardless, like any other rappers that influenced you, or any musicians for that matter.
Like I said, on the English side, my favorite artist is Nas. I love Nas.
Okay.
Yeah, I like deep and
right
stuff like that. And then the Spanish side, I love Don Omar. He's always gonna be my favorite. Don Omar was gonna be my favorite.
Right.
And that's listening to him. That's what made me want to do reggaeton music.
Right.
Yeah. So he always gonna be my top one.
Yeah. That's 2 great ones right there, for sure.
Sorry, do you have any questions or?
I don't have any questions. No, I'm just sitting here enjoying the day.
If you want to perform, just let me know on. So I'm going to keep you on the show. So the NBA Finals, guys, we're going to jump to sports real quick. NBA Finals, Lakers up 2-0. Alex, Miami in 6. It looks like in 4. I mean, what's your thoughts? I mean, it doesn't even look like showing up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They I said the Lakers in 5, but they might like you said, they might sweep them. So just get it over with. Just hurry up and get it over with. But
Talking to somebody and they turned it off, and I was like, "Why did you turn it off?" They says, "Because I don't even want to watch it. It's not competitive right now." And I'm like,
right.
and that,
Yeah, that can be a turn off.
yeah, when you watch it, final and the team is not competitive, it's kind of hard to watch. So,
Yeah.
we talked a little bit about sports. You do watch basketball. Who you got? I know we're 2 games into it. Lakers, Miami. Who you got?
I mean, to be honest, man, I hope Miami wins, but the Lakers will take it, man.
Yeah,
Right.
But I want Miami to win.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe this Laker, man. Lakers trying to use that Kobe. I'm doing it for Kobe. He's trying to.
Right.
Uh,
Underdog.
Chloe, I know you're not into sports much, but we didn't ask you who you got. I mean,
Yeah.
what by 2
I
hours?
said Lakers, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. The Lakers.
Yeah, I said Lakers. I went with the Lakers. Mhm.
Lakers. I think is that the first time, Alex, that a player has won with 3 different franchises? I believe so, right?
No, I'm trying to think.
I thought LeBron.
Damn, just had a brain fart. No, the first thing I just looked that up the other day. No, there was 2 of them. Gosh, I'm trying to remember who it was, man. And you should know this. Yeah, there was 2 other players. Robert Ory.
Oh, Robert
Ory.
Antonio.
Yeah, he won with the Rockets, the Spurs, and then
And he
when
won
they
with
beat us.
He won with Houston.
Yeah, back in the day. Yep, 94, 95.
And who was the other team?
Trying to think what other. I can't remember I'm.
Was he with the Bulls?
No, I don't think it was the Bulls. Yeah, Robert Ory.
Robert Ory.
Big shot, Bob.
He does have what, 6, 7 rings or something? He does have a bunch of rings.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was the Lakers then. Yeah.
And Antonio too.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm thinking LeBron is going to be the first player, but I guess not. So, and I know we briefly talked on Wednesday about Tampa Bay. So once again, congratulations to Tampa Bay Lightning for winning the Stanley Cup. So we're going into the 4th week of football. Lions looked amazing last week, right? They playing one of the toughest teams the New Orleans Saints is today. I mean, and I know we talked about it briefly. If they do not get a playoff run, is the coach gone or not?
Man, with the GM, the way the Lions or the way they run everything, they keep it in the family. So, he's Bob. As long as Bob Quinn is there, I mean, there ain't. Who knows, man? Who knows? He should be fired, but if they don't at least get in the playoffs, but let alone win a game. But like I said, they like to keep it in the family. You know what I mean? Bob Quinn came from the Patriots, and that's why Matt Patricia is here, and then just the way they run the organization, man. It's
So
they're too loyal. You know what I mean? They're just always too loyal. So I hate that about Detroit teams.
They predicted 7 originally, which would possibly be in the playoffs. They're 1-2. I think they should be 2-1. If they're 1-2,
Right.
If they lose today, they become 1-3. What is their chances of being the Saints today?
I mean, they got a good chances if the defense could play like they did, last week. They just, like I said, they got no problem scoring, man. It's just they gotta be able to stop teams, and the Saints are a tough team to stop from scoring. So, if they can just hang in there in the 4th quarter like they did last week, then any team's got a chance. So just
Right.
defense wins the games, man.
So
Or championships.
Peterson, he says, "Look, you guys didn't believe in me. I could still run. I'm still that guy."
Oh yeah.
Giving him the ball, and he's been pounded. I'm really surprised him at his age looking so good. I know you told me don't sleep on him, but he's looking really good.
Yeah, because he takes care of himself. You know what I mean? He's just one of them athletes that he's freakish already, and then he takes care of himself. So on top of that, I mean, yeah, he still got it. He still got the burst, all that, man. He just got to stay healthy. He past few years he ain't been able to stay healthy and stuff, play a full season. So, they just got once again the line. They got to utilize him. Take care of him and stuff like that. So, we got a couple other young running backs, DeAndre Swift, rookie running back, and they just gotta, we got 3 good running backs, man, 3-headed monster. They just gotta, they gotta use them wisely, man.
So
take the pressure off each other and stuff.
Right. So our quarterback, he's not, he's a seasoned vet now. They're calling him a vet. How many more years does he got at the helm? And I know
the way he looks, if you ask me, probably a couple, probably at least. I mean, it just depends on how long he wants to play. At least 2 or 3 years. Just depends. And then he's kind of playing for a contract right now with us. So, like I said, if he could stay healthy and he gets 500, 600 yards or something like that, they're definitely going to re-sign him. I would.
So if we don't go into the playoffs, do the Lions look at rebuilding next year or in the offseason?
Well, they're already rebuilding, but so they're kind of already,
Do they go look at look after a quarterback?
I would do that. The days of like drafting a quarterback and like molding them, like they did with Aaron Rodgers, and they don't do that no more too much, and I find that kind of weird. So. But yeah, I would. I mean, I don't know how long. Matt Stafford's still pretty healthy and young. He could play for a while still, but it's just he's been there 12 years. I mean, it's like how long are we gonna keep beating this dead horse, man? If we're not winning, getting in the playoffs, it's like got to do something, switch it up or something, trade the guy.
So from Detroit, are you a big Lions fan, or I know you said you like the Saints. I mean, who's your team?
I'm sorry, I don't like the Lions. Like I said, I don't have a specific team that I vouch for them to win. I just
right.
My team, like I ain't gonna lie, Peterson always gonna be my running back for
right.
Peterson. Like I said, I was listening to him, Redmond. You just gotta know how to use him right and put him in the right line. Also, to me, it's the line, man. The Lions got to do something with the offensive line, because they gotta protect that quarterback. Because they don't protect the quarterback, he ain't never gonna be able to throw the ball right now.
Yeah. That's the thing about Drew Brees, man. He doesn't hold on to the ball, so you gotta. He's always making plays, so it's hard to stop that. Especially when you got a lot of weapons like they got. So for sure.
So I know we didn't talk about this yesterday, but I forgot to bring. Well, we were gonna bring it up on Saturday originally, but now the president has COVID, and they keep giving updates. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
Every 2 minutes. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. He took a shit. I don't really want to know. Whatever. He made an announcement last night that I'm fine. I got to get back to it. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Well, and we talked about Amazon. The whole COVID situation in Amazon. So Disney lays off 28,000 employees because of I don't know if we talked about it, but Disneyland is so upset with the governor of not allowing amusement parks to reopen. Like, how you say, this is open, that's not open, this is closed, that's closed. They're thinking about going to Texas. I mean, moving the whole fucking park to Texas because
that's crazy.
is not allowing them to open. So they lay off 20,000 employees. I mean, Tori, come on. I mean, I take my kids to Disney every fucking year.
Disneyland or Disney World? The one in Florida or the one in California?
Just Disney itself.
Just Disney, the entity itself.
Correct. Disney.
I thought they were open. They're not open because I have friends who went. So did they reclose again?
Nope. Disney World is open. The only thing in Anaheim that is open right now is downtown at Disney. That's it. Everything's closed.
So I have
everything's closed.
Yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings about it. One kind from both sides. Disney itself, it's about kids and to keep children safe. I think following the guidelines like everybody else has to is wise. I think, when it comes to them being mad that they can't open, they're a big entity and they lose a lot of money setting, this precedent for everybody to be closed. And so in that sense, moving the whole thing, I think is kind of ridiculous though. I don't know. Everything is such confusion right now. So where do you stand, especially at a place that serves children and you're bringing, it's not even just serving children, it's a melting pot. If you've been to Disney, then you know that everywhere from every walk of life goes there, from different countries to different states. And
Right.
if anything, how safe is that if they're saying, just local things aren't safe? So you got to think about that as well. I think it sounds kind of selfish to them or of them because they're still open, they're still making money, they're just not making as much.
Right.
So
I would just
to move the entire entity, I don't know. Sounds kind of extreme.
Right, to Houston too. Jeez.
Well, yeah, is that where they're thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean that just seems kind of crazy. So I would just,
Yeah.
wonder. COVID is definitely, and I was going to ask you, Ithai. So how does performing? I know we had another artist on here, a friend of mine. Are you performing at the big venues or is it small venues? And how is it different from last year performing to this year? Can you tell me a little bit?
It slowed down a lot for me, man. Last year, man, I was performing everywhere and everywhere everybody wanted me, I was there. But now it's like, to be honest, my first performance was yesterday, and
Oh wow.
it was at a little small bar,
So as an artist now, do you focus on trying to do virtual concerts or virtual performances with other artists, or how do you move forward as an artist, or what's the new norm for you guys?
Well, for me is, I'm gonna be honest. To me is, I'm using this time down. I got 2 projects coming out after this one I just threw out. I have a joint album with one of my friends, real close friends. I got an album coming out with him soon, and then now I'm working on my second album. So I'm just using this downtime just to focus on that and put my energy towards that.
Just stay in the lab. Yeah.
Stay in the lab and just keep bringing music out,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she touched
Mm-hmm.
on it because I know a lot of artists are doing the virtual concerts. Has that even come across, or would you consider that? I mean,
yeah. If the opportunity comes, yeah, most definitely, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
So you would be okay with doing a concert, like a Zoom concert or something along those lines. Okay. I mean, I would just wonder that. I mean, it would be pretty interesting. The guy that we had on, he does a lot of coffee house, smokehouse, because he's like small. He's an R&B, like rhythm and blues, like jazzy kind of deal. So
Okay.
a lot of his stuff is at a small venues and stuff like that. So he's not, performing like a large concert or anything like that. But we were asking him how is that, how's that going, and he said, once you get through the rigmarole, of wearing the mask, and you don't talk to anybody until you're done performing, then you go on. He kind of does a lot of meet and greet afterwards, so that's why. So when you did your concert yesterday, I know you said there was some, the smaller thing. When you're done, do you go out? And before, you probably went out and say, hey, introduce yourself and walked around the crowd. Are you doing that, or are you kind of just, as soon as you're done, you're done and you go home?
Yeah, no, I make sure I always keep my distance, because like I said, I have kids at home, so I don't want to bring anything back home. So what I do is I perform, I say thank you to everybody, from a far distance, and then from there I just go home, and be on my way.
Right.
Gotta protect ourselves, man. Like I said, sickness is real serious, so.
Yeah, definitely. So, you're in Detroit. Alex is in Detroit. You're in a more liberal state. It's Arizona, to be honest with you, and Tori can speak for this. she's been protecting herself forever. But this state has really never closed down. It's February, March 2020. How do you feel when the governor shuts you guys down? Where, you know, as an artist, you know, that's going to affect you because, you know, you are performing and you're doing stuff. How does that affect you mentally? Because I know we haven't really talked about this, but, you know, a lot of people, and we're going to see it later, a lot of people are suffering from anxiety, depression, because humans are humans, right? We need contact. We need to be, you know, we need to see our friends. We need to do that. How does that affect you mentally as an artist and saying, you know, I'm fucking, man, I'm moving fucking forward and then I get a fucking wrench thrown at me. How does that affect you mentally as an artist? February, March 2020, and the governor says, you know what, boom, everything's fucking closed. You can't even go in a fucking party store.
Oh no, yeah. To me, man, it affected me a lot, you know, because I had so much planned for this year. You know, I was trying to hit so many cities, you know, and put my album out there and try to knock it door to door. So, like I said, it really did. I was kind of stressed out for a little bit, but like I said, things happen for a reason, you know, and then you always got to look at the positive way. And just like I said, I put my energy in my album and these other couple prizes that I got, so like that don't be entertained with what's going on in this world, you know. If you do that, man, your mind start going crazy. I don't worry about that. I just try to keep going focused and putting music out there.
Makes sense. So
Yeah, definitely.
So a guy, Ithai, right? How does he deal with stress? How does he deal with anxiety? How does he deal with it? Is it just the studio? Do you work out? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you play video games? Tell me about Ithai.
Just the studio. The studio.
Okay.
Yeah, the studio. Yeah, it's I've been in the studio, to be honest, every day. I've been in the studio every day grinding. When I get out of work, I come to the studio. Even if it's just to write like 2-3 bars, but at least I wrote them down and come back again the next day, touch it up again, you know. So take my time on it. Yeah.
So as a guy that's listened to music forever, I'm a big hip hop artist or a hip hop fan.
Yes.
You know, I've been listening to hip hop probably, you know, since fucking I can remember whatever, I didn't even know what it was called. So do you know when you're writing down or you're listening to a beat and you're like, this is the one? Do you know? You know what I mean? Do you know? Say, you know what? That's a hit. You know this one's, or you say, hey, you know what? This is kind of shitty. Crumble up the paper and throw it away. You know what I mean? Do you feel that when you're doing that, you're like, this is not that great. I don't want to. You feel that?
I had some songs like that. Yeah, I had some songs that halfway through it, I listened to them like, I ain't feeling it. So I just stopped doing it, delete the whole section, and go and try to do another one. You know,
You start all over.
Yeah, start all over with a different beat and everything. You know, like I ain't the one.
Yeah. And it's hard, you know, and it's hard to please everybody. You're never gonna please everybody. So, you know, you just gotta.
Like this guy the other day on Instagram, he thought he was gonna get on my nerve with it when I wasn't. He was like, because I shared the new song that I got that I haven't dropped yet. And he was like, oh, next time before you drop something, don't drop it because your music is trash.
Damn.
I was like,
oh, isn't that the worst?
I was like, thank you, sir. And I'm saying everybody got rights to
Right.
Oh, but he was like, no, what I'm trying to tell you, don't ever do nothing at all. Because like I said, you wasting your time.
Hell no.
And you go to his page and he's got like 45 followers and he looks like he had procreated. He like has sex with his cousin. You're like, really?
You reply
all
back,
the people
right, though?
that tell me not to make music, let's worry about yourself.
And I told him again, I was like, hey, bro, like I said, man, thank you for giving your feedback. My music ain't gonna like, people ain't gonna like my music, you know, but thank you again, you know.
Thank you for the motivation.
It don't bother me, you know, like I said.
You know, like I said, my son's an artist, and anytime something that happens, I said, now what's the positive? And he's like, that's an extra view. I got one more view out of somebody. So, you know, hey, thanks for the view. Because now that you've made a comment, you've filtered my stuff up to the top, and now more people are going to see it because you started commenting on it. So thanks.
Definitely.
Hey, just like Floyd Mayweather, man, they say, you know, Like, you know, even the people that hate him, he was like, well, they still come to watch me lose. You know what I'm saying? So it don't whatever.
Still
Still
put him
Yep.
on
come.
his list.
Mhm.
Yep.
Don't matter.
Thanks for the feedback.
So we're gonna
But
jump.
I really want to show you guys my new song, man. A new song that I got, man. I don't know if you guys can hear it through if I play it.
Go ahead, try.
But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that song that I'm telling you
Right.
about. That the guy said that was kind of, I don't know, but see if
Right.
you guys can hear it. Let me see.
Oh, forget that guy. He was trying to be relevant.
Let me see real quick. You guys hear it?
I can hear you.
Can you hear the song?
No, I can't.
No, I don't hear it.
Let me do something real quick. I think I could hear it. Can you guys hear it now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can hear it now.
Nope. I think we lost it again.
Yeah, I think we lost it again. Yeah, we were hearing it okay. And then
Can you
it
hear it again?
Can't hear it now, yo.
no.
A little bit. It's like in and out.
Go ahead and grab the mic. Just go ahead. Yeah, 'cause you-
Juro que tú nunca estuvieras actuando así. Es que no puedo. He pensado que tú siempre me estás haciendo daño. Creo que me muero, por ti me desespero. No estoy llorando. Mucho sufrimiento con este dolor que me está rompiendo. Extraño porque estoy solo en el cuarto, me desquito. Hace cosas malas por mí, me necesito, pero no lo hago. Y yo vivo, yo no puedo contigo. Quizá porque estoy cansado de esta soledad. Este dolor. You think I get it right?
yeah, we can hear. Yeah, it sounds great, man.
Yeah.
Sounds really good. It sounds really good.
Es que no puedo, no puedo, no puedo. Estoy cansado que tú siempre me estás haciendo daño. Si volviera, todo fuera mejor. Con tu presencia cambiaría mi condición. Ya no hay razón de llorar tantas lágrimas. A mí me duele mucho guillotina. ¿Quién diría que tú fueras tan fría? Me dejaste así, sabía que tú a mí no me querías. Me tratas mal como si yo fuera cualquiera. Te sigo esperando hasta el día que tú vuelvas. Te sigo amando, te lo juro. Eso nunca va a pasar. Tú eres la única que yo amo en este mundo. Daría cualquier cosa para que con otro mami a mí me hace daño. Te lo juro que tú nunca estuvieras cuando así. Es que no puedo. Yeah, with this one right here, man, it's like, it's my favorite one right here right now, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to
And
drop that one.
and this
That's
guy
the
said
song.
that wasn't good.
That is
Yeah,
not a
that's
bad
the one
song.
he said. That song is trash.
Okay,
Crazy.
we need to go and harass this guy. Who's this guy that said you
Crazy.
shouldn't make music? Like,
Hey,
don't listen
go
to the
troll
haters.
'em.
Don't listen to the haters. Yeah, let's go troll them.
Oh, that motivates me more to go harder.
Right.
I know, right? Absolutely.
Bravo.
Yeah.
That sounded amazing, dude. Let me
Mhm.
know when that's up there so we can
Sure.
take a download on it. So
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So I wanted to talk. We always talk about this other stuff. So top best 5 rap groups of all time. Since you're on here, you can take a stab at it. Yeah. I'll let you go, Alex. You first. I know I sent you the article.
Oh yeah. Favorite rap top 5? You said.
Top 5.
Oh well, you already know what my number 1 is, man. The Fat Boys, of course, is my number 1, and I'm just gonna go off of that. I don't know, Cypress Hill. You know, I grew up Cypress Hill. I like the Dog Pound, of course. Run DMC, you got to put them on there, man. there's too many in Wu-Tang Clan. That's like a given.
So,
But no, NWA, and then I like D12. Of course, I like them.
so I got a question for you because everyone always says, is Wu-Tang a group or are they single artists? There are 9 of them, right?
Right.
Not 9 anymore. Old Dirty's bad head, but there originally was 9. Would you say they were a group, or would you say they were more of just a bunch of guys that were eventually going to be individual artists? I mean, you know what I mean? Like you look
Right.
at a Run DMC, right? You got 2 rappers, a DJ, which is mostly the traditional back in the 90s, right? 9 guys. Was that a group? I never thought the Wu-Tang.
I mean, I would call them a group. You know what I mean? They kind of bounce off each other, and so I mean, I would call them a group. They eventually broke off and went solo and stuff like that. Had a lot of success doing it both ways. So, but yeah, I would consider them a group. When they first came out, it's like 100,000 people in the video. So it's kind of, back in the day,
Right.
but yeah, I definitely consider them a group, a rap group for sure.
Right.
I would.
Tori, your top 5?
My top 5. Well, we know Eric B and Rakim. Those are my
Right,
top
right.
2 right there.
Group or I mean, you only had a DJ and one MC.
What was that?
You see them as a group, or do you see them as it was only one
I,
and a DJ?
You got to have like
I
3
feel like
to consider a group, I think.
so I consider it a group.
Okay.
I consider it a group. I've got a track with the Dog Pound. I love me some Dog Pound.
Right.
So Wu-Tang, back to Wu-Tang, I feel like they were a group, but they also were like an entourage, if that makes sense. So
Right.
I guess, can you guys hear that behind me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's not.
Is it too loud?
No, it ain't. I can still hear you.
Okay. I started a group here. They got music playing back here,
I
so
can hear it.
let me know if that's too loud.
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay. So, all right.
Sounds
I
kind
don't
of
know.
cool.
You kind of stumped me. I like rap in general and music in general. So, I don't know. Pass on me. That threw me off.
NWA. You like NWA?
Yes. NWA. Sorry, I had a brain fart too.
Right.
They got like a techno thing going on here. Here we go.
Right. The Beastie Boys. You like them?
Yes.
How about you, Ithai, your top 5 rap groups?
I mean, well, I guess I'm the baby one in this group, So, well, I grew up listening to Mobb Deep, Outkast. Like I said,
Love
Outkast.
Outkast.
Oh, love Outkast. I can't believe I forgot Outkast.
Right. Bone Thugs.
Bone Thug, Harmony.
I'll throw a couple out there.
Like Bone Thug, Cash Money. Like to me, like that's what I grew up with when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Cash Money guys. I never liked that Southern twang. I wasn't a big.
I love them guys. I love them. Yeah.
No, none of these guys. I just never did.
They made a lot of hits, man. A lot of hits.
And they made a lot of money. I think Master P's the one that started it all, but I just, like I said, I
Make them say,
Yeah, I never liked that stuff. I think Netflix is doing the evolution of rap music, hip hop. I think they're on season 5.
Right.
I tuned out.
Yeah, I love watching that, man. That shit's great.
when they went to the South.
mm-hmm.
To the South, I was like, I'm not. I just
Right.
wasn't a fan.
But you know what? There was, I watched that too, and at first I wasn't gonna, really, I was gonna kind of go over it, but, I learned a lot about like Pimp C, and
I didn't.
well, he passed away, and I mean that was a pretty sad story, but he was big time influential to a lot of them down over there. I didn't know he was that big like that, but yeah, and it was pretty cool just to learn about something. I just wanted to listen to somebody different, and just because I always used to, I always skip over them. Wasn't really big like 3 6 Mafia guy and stuff like that, but some of that stuff is it's different. It's different. I'll tune in once in a while just to, because I listen to the same songs, man. Like if in the 90s or from the 80s into like I don't even go past 2000 sometimes. So it's like sometimes I like to just just listen to different stuff. Give some other music a chance that I never ever listened to like back in the day. So,
Right.
but yeah,
So my top,
that documentary is dope.
my top definitely is Run DMC. I was a Run DMC. I wore the sneakers, no shoes. So I Run DMC. Boys. I was never a Fat Boys, and I know you like Fat Boys. I was never a Fat Boys fan.
Right.
It's a joke.
They were just so different back in the day.
I didn't when Beastie Boys originally came out, and I went to the store and I grabbed the album, right?
Right.
I always thought it was funny, right? I always thought they were comical, more on
Right.
the Fat Boys, and I didn't appreciate the Beastie Boys until much later.
Right.
You guys are phenomenal.
Same.
You guys are phenomenal, and they're, you know what I mean, and they were able to go into alternative punk rock, you know what I mean? Because they were
for sure.
They were originally a punk rock band,
Right.
They were originally
Yep.
a punk rock band. So, like I said, hats off to them. Rest in peace to one of the Beastie Boys. I know he passed away 2 weeks ago.
Yes, R.I.P.
And then Outkast, that was another. I know you guys mentioned it, but I know they split up and then they went this way.
Right.
I got to be honest with you. 2 of the MCs, those guys are phenomenal. I remember buying that album for my brother, and he was a teenager. He was he's the same age as Alex, and I bought it for his birthday because I was like, man, I love this, Southern Playalistic. You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah. When I heard that, I was hooked, man. When I heard Players Ball, I was hooked. Back in the day, I wanted Atlanta Brave jersey. I wanted the Kango too. But they were dope. I mean, I and Drake, I kind of like I love them so much that my DJ name back in the day, I was like, I'm just gonna make a DJ Outkast. I don't care if I'm good, then they won't worry about the name and stuff. So
right. And another group. I'm more of a hip hop person. Another group that really that I enjoy, and I met Fife in the record store in Detroit. A Tribe Called Quest.
oh yeah.
Tribe Called Quest was, I gotta be honest, that was one of the albums that I was so Tribe Called Quest. Definitely.
They're incredible.
I know we said one MC and then the other guy was a hype guy, but Public Enemy was another group for me that I know they're not together. When they were originally supposed to perform Bernie's thing recently before he dropped out, and I guess Public Enemy released a statement, a press conference saying that they kicked Flav out again. So I thought it was funny. I saw Flav recently perform. He was a hype guy for Eric B. and Rakim's
That's crazy.
Tour that they did a couple years ago, and he came out on stage because he lives in Vegas. I don't know if anyone knows that, but he lives in Vegas. And Flav, I mean, he's such an amazing hype guy.
That's crazy.
They could call, you need him at your show, Ithai. You need to
big old clock.
He's in Vegas right now. For somebody because he's the original hype guy, man. You got to get him on the stage. Yeah, but Flav, I was always a Flav. I remember high school having a clock and everything on my neck.
That's hilarious.
It was pretty funny. So that was probably one of my the top 5. I don't know if that was 4 or 5, but that's probably the best. I always thought Wu-Tang was more of 9 guys that just seemed big. I think my last one was the NWA. I was a big
Wild.
Yeah, I was a big Cube guy.
Did you like Naughty by Nature, Drake? Did you ever like Naughty by Nature like that?
I never liked it. I always thought.
Right.
It was sweet. It was sweet.
I like the damn logo. You know what I mean with the bat. I thought that was a shit.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't
Sure.
Tribe Called Quest? Aren't they on the Jimmy Fallon show now?
I don't even know. Are
Oh,
they?
I think that's
yeah.
the.
So that's his private. I'm almost positive. That's his private band that
No,
plays every night.
I think that's the
Is that
Roots. Tori.
Oh, it's the Roots. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm like, wait a second. Who? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
somebody's on there, and they're amazing too.
Mhm. Yeah.
I love watching them. They're incredible.
Right.
Takes me right back every time I hear them.
We're gonna jump to
Yeah, for
wrestling.
sure.
Alex wanted to talk about this, so I wanted to talk about the LOD, Legion of Doom, and we didn't talk about the Animal Road Warriors passing a couple weeks ago. I know Alex, you know, he's a big avid wrestling fan. Growing up in the 80s, Road Warriors, kick everybody's ass. Did you
You're right.
the tributes that they did for the Road Warriors?
You know what? I didn't catch that actually. They Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did catch it. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. Obviously a little sad, you know what I mean? You know, they're tag team in heaven now. So, but yeah, growing up, man, they were. You know, I was a WWF guy. I didn't really watch WCW. That was kind of where they were at. I mean, when they came out, I mean, they were just monsters, man, throwing guys around and making it look easy. It was crazy, you know, and they never took like, you know, in wrestling, they call it selling, you know, when you take a punch and you make it look like it hurt. And them guys, they didn't sell for nobody, man. They were just beasts in the ring. And yeah, they did it for a long time, man, like 20 plus years or something. So, and you know, Joe, the one that passed away, Animal, his real name was Joe Laurinaitis. His son actually, you know, played for Ohio State. He was a linebacker. He was in the league for a while. So yeah, that's kind of sad, you know. Condolences to his family for sure and all that. So their legacy, you know, people won't forget about them. You know, with the spikes, they had the things, you know, that was cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure they made a lot of money off of that. So that was always cool to me when they come out with just their music, their entrance music was, you know, was badass, man. Everything about them was just badass. So
Right.
yeah, that's kind of sad, but yeah, for sure.
You're a wrestling fan. I know you got boys. Are you a wrestling guy? You watch wrestling?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm sorry because I can't hardly hear you. The internet's cutting it out. To be honest, not really. Back in the day, I was growing up. You know,
Right.
my favorite one was always gonna be Stone Cold.
No.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm
I was gonna actually wear his shirt today, and I was like, nah, I just didn't throw it on.
That was my
The skull. Hell yeah.
Always drinking beer, man. I used to
Right.
love going against the Rock.
Yeah.
Love it, yeah.
Yeah.
My kids love wrestling too, man. They into like
Yeah.
John Cena and stuff like that.
Right.
Nuclear wrestling, yeah.
That's cool.
That's dope.
So, we wanted to bring up Luke Perry, and then we'll wrap this up. But Luke Perry's son, Jack Perry, and I know who Luke Perry is, Tori. His son is in.
Right.
Yes, I do.
Tell me a little bit about this guy, Alex, because I don't watch. I don't watch him anymore, but I tune into WWE once in a while. And I know this AEW is a new thing.
Right.
I'm sorry. I know who Luke Perry is, right?
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because I didn't really know much about him. He's young, man. He's like 23 years old, but he looks just like his father, man. And it's crazy to see him. He's got real long curly hair. It's just like I didn't really know too much about him until I seen him on AEW, and it was pretty cool, like to see some interviews and stuff like that. You know, Luke Perry was, obviously he was a big star, but he was always supporting his son, you know, going to all the events and stuff like that and giving him advice. And I just kind of, like I said, I watched a lot of interviews and stuff and kind of did my own research on him. But yeah, his wrestling name is Jungle Boy. And at first, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. He looks just like his father. It's crazy. Just a younger.
He looks just like him. It's insane.
Yeah. So you've seen him before, huh?
Real.
He's real.
My kids are huge wrestling fans, so he's really good.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing, man. He busted his ass to get where he's at. So Yeah,
He
he's
absolutely has,
real
yeah.
athletic, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You guys tune in to AEW maybe and check him out one day. But yeah,
Mhm.
We're gonna
pretty cool.
last subject we wanted to talk about was MLB playoffs. I know we talked about that this was the best year for the Tigers to try to get in there and get a shot.
Right.
So, what's your thoughts on the playoffs? It looks like Tampa Bay is playing New York, Houston playing the A's, which is kind of predictable. San Diego playing LA, and then you got. I was watching the Miami's game the other day, and I thought the Cubs were going to win that series, but it didn't look out that way. And then Atlanta versus the Red, they moved on to beat the Reds. So, what's your thoughts? I mean, you got 2, 4, 6 games.
Right.
Uzman,
Yeah,
I know.
I was surprised that the Oakland, the White Sox got knocked out, but like I said, man, in the beginning, Oakland A's, they're looking pretty good, so they're still alive. And I don't know. We'll see how far they go. I just don't want the. I know they're over there. They're jamming back there.
They're jamming. They're jamming.
That's awesome, but
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is it so loud?
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
I was gonna say as long as
They're
the Yankees, right? As long as the Yankees don't, I just don't want the Yankees to win.
Okay.
So
who you got? Who you got
I'm
coming
hoping
up?
the A's will knock them out.
And who you got coming out of National League, and who's taking the whole thing?
You know what? It'll probably be the if I had to pick right now, it might be the Dodgers and the Yankees. But like I said, hopefully the A's or somebody would or the Stros will take care of the Yankees. So I don't like no New York teams, man. It's well known. So
I have a buddy that lives in
I was like, you can't be a diehard Tiger fan and even like the Yankees at all, man. I'm sorry.
I got a buddy
Or the Mets.
that's a big Padres fan, right? Nicest guy in the world. I've been to a Padres game with him when they played the Tigers, and they always have this bad taste in their mouth. Kick their ass, right? But they're like, "Oh, hi, you're a Tigers fan. How you doing?" They're just excited or whatever.
Right.
And I always told him, I said, "Man, you're Padres are
Right. So he must know about the '84 Tigers then, right? That's who they beat. They beat the Padres.
So are you a baseball fan, Ithai?
Yes, I am.
Tigers or who do you think?
I love my Tigers. Yeah, I love my Tigers.
Yeah, winning it all. Right now, I got to be honest with you. I know I hate the Dodgers, but I mean,
I go with him too. I'll go with Alex. Like I said, I don't want the Yankees to win it either. Like I said, I like the Dodgers. I just wish Detroit could get there and be up there with them.
Right.
I've been praying for that.
Big Miguel Cabrera fan, man.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I love Miguel Cabrera, man. He's a big dude, man.
Hell yeah.
And if you don't know, we've talked about it. So the season's over. Where does he go? Does he retire as a Tiger? Does he have anything left in the tank? He looked phenomenal the games that he played. So
right.
I don't know.
Right.
How long
could it be in a short season too? I don't know, man. You know what? I think they were talking about maybe putting him on a trading block, or like he could, everybody's always up for trades, man. It just depends on what you're gonna get back for the player. But no, I definitely see him retiring a Tiger, man. I'll be devastated if he didn't, but I kind of just want. I'm to the point where I just want certain players to win. Of course, I would want him to stay here, but if he went somewhere else, like like JV, like Justin Verlander, and won the championship, I wouldn't be mad at him. So, I just want him to win. But yeah, I think he'll stay here. I don't know, maybe another year or two. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was a short season, so that kind of helped out a lot. A lot. Less stress on his body and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see.
How many more years?
I'm ready for the season to start over already.
Right. Ithai, how many more years do you think Miguel can have?
I think he got one more.
No
to
more?
be honest. Yeah, one more. I think at the next year he should retire. You know, he took already too much toll to his body, man.
Yeah, he got a lot of money saved. He's good.
You can tell through the years that he's been slowing down little by little bit.
Right.
I think one more year and that's it. You should hang it up.
Okay.
Right.
All right, well, we're going to wrap things up. I know the Lions games just commenced, so we'll just go Lions. Do you want to Ithai before you go? I know you said you did you want to talk about anything?
Repeat it again, Bob. I can't hear you for that much. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's your mic or I can't. Yeah, I hear you breaking up a little bit. I said, is there anything you want to plug before we're going to go? We're going to wrap this up, and I know the Lions have just commenced at 1:00. So, and it looks like are they losing already? Oh my God! No, wait a minute! Oh, fucking God! Check the score. It's 14-0. We're winning 14-0. Oh my God!
Well, no, man. Like I said, I just want to say thank you guys. You know, man. I appreciate you guys for having me here, man. And I'll be more than welcome to come again and come and chat with you guys and have fun. You know, and,
sure.
Also, like I tell people, man, follow me on Instagram, Gangsta_Melody. You know, I'm on. That's where I show all my news blogs and stuff like that. And anything I can help on, man, let me know, man. I'm here to support.
Sure. Yeah, got to come back on next album, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let me know. I'm gonna put you up on game, man. I got a lot of stuff coming, man. That's really nice, man. I know you guys will love it.
All right, appreciate it.
Excited. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're winning 14-0, guys.
All right.
Right.
You're winning 14-0. So I want Ithai for you coming on today. Go check out it. It is available on iTunes and all platforms.
I'm about to go hang out with Tori, man. They're partying too hard over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, they're
That
partying.
shit is bumping.
Brought to you by Crown Royal. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They're bumping. They're bumping. I had to mute for a second because somebody was like shooting off some kind of like, I don't know. I heard some like confetti cannon going off. It's 10 a.m. Like, what are we doing?
Wow. That's
About to go get my bathing suit on and have a good Sunday.
Oh, shit. Anything you got to plug before you go?
Oh, I told my, I wished my daughter a happy birthday yesterday, but today is officially her birthday. She's 16, so just want to say happy birthday, Amaya. I love you.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
I wanted
Appreciate it, man.
I don't know if you checked it out, Ithai, but my cousin has Detroit Love Tacos in Southwest Detroit. She's at Nancy Whiskey's every Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. I guess the West Side location didn't pan out. So if you haven't go check her out. Go check her out. She's at Nancy Whiskey's in Corktown at Taco Tuesday. Definitely go check that out. So, note, I want to thank everybody for coming on. Tori, do you have anything to talk about before you want to go? Are you good?
Not today. Like I said, today's party's brought to you by Crown Royal.
Happy Sunday. Thanks, guys.
Happy Sunday, guys.
Happy Sunday.
Be kind to one another.
God bless.
God bless.
Go Lions.